Good afternoon and welcome into the SPL Week 10. Mifflin, it is time for some of these teams to put up or shut up. We have had a great first phase, but if you don't find a way to come in and win this week, then for some of these teams, Mifflin, it is absolutely over right here and right now. We'll get our chance to see, though, how it ends up working. Game number 1 is about to kick off.
I think the biggest thing, though, is whether or not Genetics is going to have to use it to defend himself or if he's going to be able to use it to save the life of a teammate. Because that's where we've seen it kind of falling apart lately, is where that pressure gets put, even much like right now.
Well, Cuvo is in there. Genetics frozen down, but a nice portal from Hurrywind will get the support out. Cuvo has to blink over the wall back to his side of the map, but Scream is here as well. Neilma stunned down, is going to try to turn around some damage. Paul on the rotation in from the mid lane. Low health bars on either side, but the Knights capitalize first, and they capitalize twice. Paul with a nice rotation and a double kill 6.5 minutes in. He is somewhat low, so Genetics feeling a touch more confident to maybe move over to this purple buff side, but nobody else from eUnited is here in range. Cubo Fred rotating through. Look at the wall from Neilma. There's some setup for you. Scarab's Blessing will put him right back in place, and Cubo Fred will get the kill. Look at the aggression and the confidence that the Knights have up to this point, and for good reason. They're just going to walk themselves in. Hurrywind cannot portal away.
The leveling up for Ymir, as you level his wall, it lasts longer. And if you have like a second, third, maybe fourth point in there, you've locked that down, and that fight is not only going on, but Zapman hits that ult, you've gotten a kill.
Oh, Paul realizes Snoopy is going to have to ult in behind him. And that's a free kill on a silver platter. Maybe Paul, though, goes down. In the meantime, Scream with the cavalry charge and then the portal from Hurrywind to set it up. And Scream will end up dropping down the Knights mid laner. Was on a killing spree up to that point now. Neil, a touch overextended as well. And suddenly it's a double kill for the eUnited jungler. Cuba Fred, full-on retreat. eUnited pull back a couple. Player damage-wise, somewhat far down on the charts here at this point, and only had a few chances to really poke down some damage. Has an opportunity to add some here, and will do so over on Neilma, who's a touch caught out, and a good rotation from eUnited.
Or worst case scenario, you just go get some much needed farm to try and take away any of these little small level leads. I mean, 2 levels there in the duo, it's big if Snoopy can farm it up.
How many times have we seen this? Neil walking into the eUnited side of the jungle in the lockdown. My goodness, Variety will get the kill. First kill for one of the solo laners here in this game. Scream still on that killing spree from earlier.
And that's the big thing. Earlier we were talking about it. Variety, that boulder, is really good at securing objectives, really good at making fights go your way as well. And right now, you lose Scream, you have to make a big play. Well, they're going to force it, but, I mean, watch. Zap had his vision out. He knows they're coming. They were watching them the whole time. They're looking for a pick still.
Wow, Neo gets deleted by Snoopy here. It's a 4v5, but that won't dissuade the Knights from moving themselves in. Cubo Fred in on the backline. That's a shell for some good shielding for the backliners of eUnited. Cubo Fred's going to get taken down. That's 2 here in this fight. The turnaround from Snoopy is in full effect. And now Gore, maybe eUnited are the ones who are going to start up the FG.
I mean, it's just been such a huge investment into Variety and trying to kill off this Hercules, and they haven't been able to isolate him. The Scarab's Blessing the first time around helped save it, but now it's just plain old Hercules. It's Variety playing the way Variety wants to, and well, he's finding himself a solo kill.
Gore, this one has been busted wide open. Could be the slow deicide here. 23 minutes into the game, eUnited have taken the FG. They're going to knock down Scary D and Neo back off of the respawn from earlier. It won't be the deicide, but just by a few seconds. And this could be the right side. Phoenix, this game has immediately been flipped. Look at that gold chart, the XP chart. 3K gold now in the lead for eUnited. 6K in the experience department. These are some long death timers. Paul is going to defensively position himself here. Look at that wall from Neil is going to separate eUnited here in this fight. Zapman is connected on the ultimate, and down comes crashing Scream here with the Scarab's Blessing from range. That's Genetics saving the life of his jungler. No kills somehow on the board just yet. Well, it's a split here. 1 member of the Knights on the left defending against 2 of eUnited, and Scary D, he's looking worse for wear. Scream will move in, grab himself the kill. It's Cubo Fred here, though, trying to find the assist. Snoopy in and out of the wall will be able to stay safe. That's a through space and time rather from Hurrywind that connects for some good chunk damage. Or on a Cubo Fred. Neil taken low in the mid lane. That's the knockup from Variety. But Neil won't connect on the stun on the back foot. At the moment, though, that won't make much of a difference as the Achilles is here as well. But maybe opening the door to a different rotation later on. That's a good wall from Neil to lock in Variety, but Instead, it's the Knights who are trapped in there with them. Neil will slow a couple down. Hurrywin will find the portal for some good damage. Scream, his cavalry charged in, but another great wall will lock him in place. The execute won't reach the Scarab's Blessing here, but look at that, Gore. 4 ultimates used.
And I like that Zap's just standing just outside the crystal. Doesn't know if he's needed yet.
Fire Giant taken down. Scream, though, deleted by Cubo. Fred elsewhere. Really the first fight we've seen from eUnited on the back foot here in the last few minutes. Variety will toss out the boulder. Won't connect for a kill. Paul moves his way into the front and gets the kill over onto the Hercules. This game may have just flipped once again. Zapman has joined the fight. Gotten the ultimate down onto Genetics. And that's a dead Scarab. Genetics falls down. It's going to be the FG started up. And eUnited, they lose 3.
Snoopy needs to finish this and get out as fast as possible. Now he's maybe going to be safe, but the Knights know he's in the area. If this back does not get off fast enough, this is a dangerous zone to be in.
Well, Snoopy uses the ultimate, but down he goes right by Fred. I don't want to drop down by a Pele. Instead, Fred is the one who nearly goes down. Snoopy does get out alive, and he has the wherewithal to save the beads, save the Aegis as well. Granted, use the ultimate, didn't have the opening here. But Zapman trying to back underneath this Fury, and he's not able to get out. Scream, cavalry charges his way in there. Paul will try to disengage some of this fight on either side, melting away the health bar of the jungler. Variety has found his way into the backline. Boulder drops down over onto Zapman, but instead the damage is returned to sender. Variety down for the next minute. Hurrywin has to leave thanks to one of his portals. Paul, he's deep in here on a chase. I don't know if he wins a 3v1. That's the Aegis used. Scream, pulled back in. Scarab's Blessing now. Over onto the Guan Yu, but the flicker away. Cubo Fred, he's here to help as well. Scream, taken low, but not low enough. Genetics knocked back, and the rest of the Knights are here. A double kill from Cubo Fred. And Gore, this base might just break open. Somehow he stayed alive there. Hurrywin was looking for the kill. Scream may just get it, but what does it matter when your Titan is going to end up falling here at the end of the day? The Knights move their way in. Some respawns from eUnited, but they won't be in time. The final shot will go to the Knights, and in 38 minutes, PK takes game number 1.
Game number 2, if eUnited want to control their destiny, they gotta win here.
We haven't actually gotten to see him. He's only showed up in that ban column, and even then it was 5 weeks ago, so there's not been a lot of opportunity for him.
Scream is here. He wants to make an impact early, and he's going to get the chance to. Zapman, a touch too far on the opposite side of the map, and the set strikes early. First blood over to eUnited. Neoma is going to get locked down here. Snoopy in on the up-down. The last bit of mana for Neil used to throw some flames. And they want to keep things going here onto the purple buff, and it looks like it's actually Zapman that's able to lock it down. Genetics taken low on the wrong side of the map here. He's wandered a bit too far. Paul rotates on in. Who gets the kill? It's the mid laner for the Knights, and that's a big return kill. For some of those junglers to start to rotate, make bigger impacts, and maybe here in the long lane, the Sunbreaker will open things up for a kill. Neil has to use the ultimate. He's going to pull back in too, but Scream has rotated his way over to the long lane for the second time this game. He can rotate through. Variety didn't opt for the beads here. Scary D with the teleport as well. It's Genetics who's rotated over to the solo lane side. That's a knock-up over onto the Ares. A brutal start to this game for the long lane. Could get worse here as Variety just burning away down onto the Ares. Neil with some good side steps to blink away as well. Is he going to be able to get alive? No way. His Hurrywin will collapse, and now the Baba Yaga has gotten a kill on the board. And even if you're not getting kills, you look at the 3 beads over there for eUnited. Burning those down are going to be important. Not going to get the chance here as Neil is deleted by Snoopy. In a brutal game so far for this Ares. 0-3-1, and that might open up the Gold Fury.
You could still expect it late game.
Here comes Scream over to the long lane once more, but a good disengage from Zapman thanks to the Bifrost will keep him alive. That's a really good point, Gore, and it's easy. I mean, this is a 4-1 game 12 minutes in, so certainly far from being over. Zapman doesn't have the escape here, but Neil might be able to pull back Scream. Beads used by the jungler, and now a killing spree. The Gold Fury, Gore, though, for eUnited could be the first big swing. That's a To the Skies from Genetics, likely moving into the back here. Neil burning the ultimate to not get pulled in. Back by Variety, still pulled though. Is that Gold Fury? Zapman has connected with the ultimate, but Hurrywin pops some damage down of his own. The the dash forward, and Neil is taken down by Variety here. It's a 2 for none so far. eUnited still in a position maybe to succeed, but Cubo Fred finally has gotten involved, gotten himself a kill here on a team fight on the back end of the Fury Pit. A couple pulled back in. Cubo looking to disengage, but Paul and Scary D leap themselves back in. This is a messy back and forth engagement, Gore, but it looks like eUnited might have the last laugh.
Well, Scary D has a little bit of assistance there from Paul. And honestly, it might be enough. I mean, that's a low health bar to try and run away with it, but I think they're still hungry on the side of eUnited, so they're going to be able to find it. And there's just so many, again, small, nuanced choices that come down in that.
Wow, look at this, though. They do feel comfortable starting up the Gold Fury. Scary D in on the rotation. Variety not in range. PK locked down.
Wow.
The Gold Fury. Scary D is just going to back himself off. Has the Thorns. Gonna have to pop him here. That's the ultimate down from Variety. Pulls back in a couple, and it's Neil who gets eviscerated for the 5th time now this game.
Phoenix is... Your tanks as eUnited don't mean anything to him. He's doing just fine right now.
3 men rotate over to solo lane for United, make it 4 as Genetics hanging close by as well. Solo ultimate down onto Scary D, but won't really result in anything. Home sweet home from Hurrywind as well. Plugs down, just a touch of damage. This actually might be a fight that Pittsburgh Knights are looking to take. Scream! Look at the health melt there. So much of that. Cubo and Paul are going to get rid of the set now. Only the 2nd time this game that Scream has fallen off. Zapman with a good rotation, just awaiting the return of Variety here. No ultimate to save the Cerberus' life. It's 5-10 in the kill column, Gore, but the Knights have now pulled themselves a gold lead.
Hey, you lose the fight around Fire Giant. You might even lose Fire Giant, depending on how this goes, but you get that tier 2 over and left.
Genetics real close there with the To the Skies, unable to take it away. 5 members of the Knights with the Fire Giant on. Hurrywind just close by enough to save his support's life. Now there's actually a bit of a chase after the fact. Hurrywind caught out here. This is going to be a dead Baba Yaga. It's Paul who's able to benefit. And the big turnaround here for the Merlin as well. 3-0-2. And the ultimate can be used as a disengage tool there as well. He's wasted a touch of Variety's time. That's opened up the left side of this map now for the Knights to move in. Cubo taken low. Tier 2 tower unable to be damaged here. The Knights moving far forward. In pulled is Variety, and Cubo Fred grabs the kill. Neil is a touch too low to maybe keep fighting here. Scary D half HP, and now eUnited collapsing back on the retreating members of the Knights. Scary D doesn't maybe have the cooldowns to get himself out alive, and instead he does. That's a tanky Osiris, so he stays alive here, Gore. But now Scream is back in on the re-engagement, though. Paul throwing out some of those abilities might be all she wrote for this fight.
Yeah, Scream might be back, but Zapman is just as back, and maybe if not more so. He's hitting so hard. Snoopy, be careful with the engagement he has. That Aussie passive, if it comes up at the right time, means Zapman can just fall back for a second and stay in this fight even more so. I mean, this Heimdall, you know, you had asked me a couple of minutes ago if he was still in it, and he's still at 0-3. Zapman does not care.
Well, Scream is going to try to take the Fury away, and he is not able to do so, and actually ends up dying on the back end. Scary D, we've shown a moment ago that he can shrug off a good bit of damage here, and he's going to move right back in onto eUnited on the back side of the fight. Paul, now 6-0-3. This Merlin starting to run away with the game. Cubo Fred realizes Variety in range, and that's going to be the ultimate. But immediately Cubo is going to return with the beads. Hurrywind, though, drops the rain damage. It's a double kill for the Baba Yaga. Gore, might come down to a battle of the mid laners here, and we're going to get a glimpse. Hurrywind and Paul going toe-to-toe, but it's Scary D who ruins Hurrywind's day, and Paul is able to stay alive. Genetics moving right back in on a Scary D, but look at those health bars melt. This is not a winning fight for eUnited. 1 kill away from the deicide, and that's Genetics underneath the tier 2 tower. The blink in from Neilma. Genetics with nowhere to run. Gore, it's gonna be the potential deicide here, and they get it with 1 second to spare. And the Knights now in 25 minutes have a map for the take. There's got to be somebody who can maybe make a potential steal. Won't be, though. Scream takes immense amounts of damage trying to engage on this fight. To the Skies from Genetics into the backline here of the Knights. Variety trying to chase down Zapman, unable to do so. Neil, though, is pulled back in just a little bit. Now Variety uses his ultimate, but it's only onto Ares, and look at Cubo Fred and Scary D. They've joined the fights on the backline, and it's Neilma who's going to get rid of Snoopy here. A double stun from Scary D underneath the Phoenix. And it's an Osiris now on a killing spree. Goremizer Oh, may just put down Genetics, and it's Cubo Fred instead. 3 members down for eUnited in the Knights. It looks like they're going to run away with game number 2.
But I don't know if you hear it. Instead of just the normal 5 shears that are going to be coming out of the Knights, I think I hear 10 because the Renegades are just as happy with this result. eUnited going down here means that they still have that chance to make playoffs based on their game tomorrow. It still leaves that avenue open for them. And that makes the biggest difference. The Knights are their heroes today.